Let's say we have this chord. Like that one a lot. I press this button. You can also just copy and paste it right in there. And then bam, you go. A sharp whole tone. That sounds kind of creepy. Rain delay. You can go back to the chord explorer. Let's say I don't want something like that. Happiness filled. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Happiness filled. I like this tag. Let's download this. Ableton. It almost sounds like something out of the Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild soundtrack. So this past week, I built this free web app. It's called Phrakture's Chord and Scale Explorer, and what it allows you to do is filter through a list of tags and themes, and it will give you back a list of chords, which are in purple, and scales, which are in blue, that you can preview. And then you can hit this little save button over here, and it'll export that for you as a MIDI file. You can then take that MIDI file, and let's say we have Ableton, actually just drag it right in. You can also show you here, you can change some of the roots. So let's do E and F. Let's say we have this chord. Like that one a lot. I press this button, downloads it. I can also just copy and paste it right in there. And then bam, there you go. Super fast, great for getting some inspiration going. This is sort of a common use case for me when I'm working on music or just composing something for a soundtrack, for a video game soundtrack. You know, a lot of times I'll get a prompt, a theme, something that sounds scary. You need something that sounds, I don't know, ominous, etc. And I like going to finding a scale or a chord that is just like a good place to start. That's the whole point of this tool, is to kind of speed this up. You can access it. It's free if you just go to phrakture.com/chord scale explorer. You can also, if you like a specific list or configuration that you have, you can actually hit share this list. It'll copy the URL, and the URL will allow you to go back to the exact same configuration. Also, for the actual MIDI that gets exported, you have a few options over here. So I can say I want 8 bars. Let's say I can set a tempo. Not really going to use the tempo right now in my editor. I'm just going to stick to the length in bars. And you can choose if you want the MIDI to be sequenced as steps or as a chord. If I do steps, you can see, let's do this F augmented one. Drop that. Paste that in here. You can see it's exported in steps instead. Yeah, and that's pretty much the tool. There's a couple things you can do with filtering. You can just reset all. If you want, by default, it's set to OR, which means that you'll find chords or scales that match one of these tags that you selected or the other one, so you can have a bunch of them selected. But if you would like to have, and you know, the list that I have isn't that comprehensive. I'm still working on it. Which, by the way, if you'd like to help grow this list of chords, just let me know. Leave a comment down below, and I can give you access to the code that will let you do that. But essentially, if you want to have 2 tags which will overlap and have guarantee, you can switch it to and over here. And let's say we're looking for something that's casual. It's not that many options. Let's say ancient. Okay, ancient and authentic. Oh no, maybe aggressive. Sweet. So, both of these scales that we have here have the tags ancient and aggressive associated with them. You can also swap the enharmonic from being flat or sharp, and that will update these charts as well. If that makes it easier, and it'll also change the way that they're exported. You could just download a whole bunch of these and build your own collection of chords. So that would do that there. Anyways, let's mess around with this a bit. So I'm gonna actually just reset all. Look for, let's see, something that seems enchanting. Okay, let's stick with this theme, enchanting. We'll do or. Maybe we add a couple of the roots here. We'll do A sharp whole tone. Scale has got an enchanting, almost like Legend of Zelda vibe to it. So let's actually download this. Download this one. I'm going to drop that actually right into Ableton. That sounds kind of creepy, but what we're going to do is we're going to go into my MIDI effects. So I'm going to attach an arpeggiator to this. can see that sounds kind of creepy. I'm going to set it to random once, remove this rate here. You can see I can get something that will probably sound very creepy. Let's add rain delay. Modulators, I'm going to add an LFO here. I'm going to map this LFO to this rate. Add some random, lower the top range. Very creepy. You can see when it comes to composition for a soundtrack or something, this is just a great way to start. This whole process has taken me like, honestly, just like a few minutes, and I already have a very interesting place to kind of go with this. I can just mess with this. Set this to random. We can go back to the chord explorer. Let's say I don't want something like that. Let's look for happiness filled. Okay. Oh, this is nice. A sharp. Happiness filled. I like this tag. Let's download this. Ableton. It almost sounds like something out of the Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild soundtrack. Also gonna smooth out this random. We can just drop, if I just have an operator and just drop it in. Scale. Instead of random once, why don't we just do... Happens if we add multigrain, favorite plugin of all time. I'm just gonna route the output of that channel into one, then I'm gonna hit record. Then I take this audio, I'm gonna remove any warp, up the gain. I'm gonna pitch it down. You can see now I can take this and start shaping it. Maybe grab some section of it that I like and kind of mold that sound and get something I'm looking for. So I want to actually get rid of the low end. You can see we got some cool textures there. Let's try another one. I'm actually just gonna do another live set, empty one. You know, I can actually just go through this list and look for something that I like as well. This chord, F minor 11. And let's just look for an instrument. I don't know, just a random sound, maybe bells or something. Sweet. I'm gonna do up, down. It's gonna go up, it's gonna come down. Grab one of my favorites, which is this Reactor 5 effects. Sorry, Reactor 6 effects. Replica, yeah, I'm gonna drop a replica in here as well. Smoothness. The cool thing is now if I change this rate, I can make it sound much more organic. You can always just come back in here and experiment with some other chords too, so... drop this bottom note. Such an interesting texture I already have from this. Let's record it and let's mess around with it. I think we got enough. Is all of this now? And get rid of the warp, gain a bit, and then look, I can mess with the pitch. This is like great. Let's say bring it down. Look at that. Already it's just like a whole other track, whole other vibe. If you guys like these kinds of tools or, other pieces of software that help in this area of making soundtrack or just getting started with music production when it comes to inspiration, etc., please feel free to check out my Patreon page. This is an initiative, that I've been wanting to do for a while, which is kind of come back and be a contributor to the community that has helped shape me as a musician. And big part of that is the video game soundtrack community, as well as just a lot of the other creators out there who are building tools and putting them out for free for other musicians alike. So check out my Patreon page, guys. And if you have any questions, or let's say you made something cool using the chord scale explorer, please share it, send it my way. If you find that there are any errors or bugs here, it's just me. I'm a solo dev. I build some of these tools here and there. There's a button down here for sending feedback. So if you think that there's something wrong, if there's a chart that's incorrect or some tags that don't seem to make sense, feel free to send me feedback. I'll read everything. I will do what I can. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care.